All right, everyone, welcome back. Ready to deep dive into something you use like every day?
Oh, definitely a familiar one. Does she have one right now, actually?
Oh, I bet they do. Hanging by the door, maybe?
Mm.
Crumpled in the bottom of a bag? We're talking tote bags today.
Love it. Simple, useful, but there's a lot more to them than meets the eye.
That's why we do this, right? So, our trusty guide today is an article from Steel Horse Leather. They get into all sorts of things, but they start off with a pretty basic definition.
Basic is right.
It says, a large bag with lengthy parallel straps emerging from its sides, usually open at the top.
You know, I knew that was coming and it's still painful. That's like the absolute bare minimum definition, like calling a human just a hairless ape.
Okay, strong image, but I see your point.
There's nuance.
Right, gotta have nuance.
It's tote bags. It's all about what they don't have.
Now you're messing with me. Defined by what it lacks.
Kinda, yeah. Think about it. No set shape, so it's ridiculously versatile. Groceries, work stuff.
Yeah.
Even fold it up and shove it in a pocket if you need to. Try that with a fancy handbag.
Oh, you're so right. It's like the chameleon of bags, whatever you need it to be.
Adaptable, that's the word.
That probably comes down to what it's actually made of, right? The article talks about the usual suspects. Nylon, canvas.
Leather, of course.
Yeah, they definitely had opinions on that. But I was thinking about that cost versus durability thing.
Right, exactly.
Cheap nylon tote falls apart after a few grocery runs.
And that brings in the whole sustainability angle. Leather's expensive up front, but it could last you, I don't know, decades. So you're actually using less stuff over time.
That's interesting. You're making me look at my own stack of totes in a whole new light. Like,
Yeah.
Am I just grabbing whatever's cheapest, or am I thinking long term?
Exactly. And a well-made one, especially leather, it gains character as it ages, tells a story. A cheap one just kind of disintegrates.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
It's a whole different mindset about, I don't know, stuff in general. Do you want things that are disposable or things that are like companions over time?
Honestly, this deep dive is already making me rethink my tote bag habits. I've been all about the quick and easy,
Yeah, we've all been there.
but now I'm looking at that nice leather tote I got as a gift very differently.
Now you're getting it. And the
Yeah.
article, it gets into this tote versus shoulder bag thing too. A lot of people, they don't even realize the design differences are there for a reason.
I'm one of those people, like the scrap thing. 2 for a tote,
Yeah.
1 long one for a shoulder bag. I just grab whatever's closest.
Oh, but there's a reason. 2 straps on a tote makes it way easier to open one-handed.
Wait, seriously? Never thought of that.
Think about it. You got your coffee, your phone, trying to dig out your keys. Those 2 straps mean you don't have to take the whole thing off your shoulder.
Okay, mind blown. I've done that awkward shoulder bag shuffle a million times. Speaking of design, most totes I have, no interior pockets. That's a thing, right?
Part of the whole no structure idea.
Yeah.
You just toss everything in. It's organized chaos, you know? Part of the fun.
Oh, I know that organized chaos well.
Makes you dig around a bit, like an adventure every time.
Haha, you make it sound fun, but
Yeah.
my keys might disagree. More like lost forever in the tote bag abyss.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you. There's got to be method to the madness of a tote bag,
Yeah.
but sometimes
Uh-huh.
it really does feel like my stuff just vanishes in there.
Oh, I hear you. It's a black hole sometimes. But that whole, like, lack of structure, it's actually got some deep roots.
Wait, really? Like historically deep?
Yep. The article mentions it a little bit, but the tote bag's been around way longer than those canvas ones you see everywhere nowadays.
I actually always assumed they were kind of a modern thing. You learn something new every day, I guess.
Right. The word tote itself, it comes from West Africa. Tuta, it was. Meaning, basically, to carry.
Mhm.
So for, like, centuries, people have been using these simple, sturdy bags, market stuff, tools,
Mm.
you name it.
So basically, it's the same idea as those woven baskets and things you see in like old-timey pictures. Makes sense though. Simple design just works.
Exactly. No fuss, just function. And that's what brought them into modern times, too. Remember the article mentioned the LL Bean boat and tote?
Oh yeah, those are classics, right? My grandma had one forever.
Those came out in the 40s, believe it or not. Meant for carrying ice and firewood at first.
See, that's what I love. These things have stories behind them.
Totally. Sturdy canvas, simple design, took off for all sorts of uses.
Well, they're still going strong. You see them everywhere. Proof that good design lasts, I guess.
Totally. But here's the twist. The 60s is when things got stylish.
Really, I always think of those like designer tote bags as more of a 90s thing.
Oh, that was the boom, for sure. But back in the 60s, designers like Bonnie Cashin, they started using tote shapes in their collections. So it went from just practical to like a fashion statement.
Wow, that's way earlier than I would have thought.
Yeah.
Makes sense, though, when you think about it. Lots of women were joining the workforce then, needed something that could, like, keep up with their lives.
Right. Roomy looked good. The tote fit the bill.
It's like the ultimate symbol of, I don't know, I got this energy.
Totally. And that's carried through, all those totes with slogans and designs. It's like wearing your heart on your bag.
True. You can spot a tote from across the street and get a sense of the person, right?
It's a whole thing. Like you said, it's got that cultural side to it.
So we've gone from ancient carrying stuff to fashion icon to basically self-expression on a strap. My brain is doing loop-to-loops over here.
Yeah.
But hey, we talked about materials. What about the...
environmental impact.
Yeah, that. Seems like there's got to be a trade-off somewhere.
For sure. Tote bags are everywhere, which is awesome, but what happens to them after? That's the big question.
Oh, like, do they end up in landfills?
Sadly, a lot of them do, especially the cheap ones.
That makes sense. It's like the whole fast fashion problem all over again.
Exactly. Out with the old, in with the new. But the planet pays the price.
So even though they're supposed to be good for the environment, there's that whole other side to it.
It's complicated, like most things. We got to be careful about how many we use, make sure they're good quality, and actually use them for a long time.
So it's more than just like, oh, cute tote. Got to think bigger picture.
Totally. It's about the choices we make, and how those affect, well, everything. Tote bags are like this mini lesson in responsibility when you really get into it.
Wow. I did not expect this deep dive to get so philosophical. But you're right. It's about more than just the bag itself. It's kind of funny, actually. We started out talking about how the tote bag is all about what it doesn't have, like structure.
Right.
But now I'm seeing it actually has a lot of structure. Just not the kind you can, like, it's got all this history, culture, even ethics woven in.
That's a great way to put it. It's like deceptively simple, makes you think about stuff you might not expect just from looking at a bag.
Exactly. But hey, enough deep thinking for now. We covered the serious stuff.
Yeah, we did get a little philosophical there.
What about the fun stuff? All the ways people use totes for, well, not just groceries and work.
Oh, that's the best part. There are so many tote bag hacks out there. It's crazy.
Remember when you mentioned using them as planters? I can't stop thinking about that.
Yeah.
Like a little portable garden.
Right. And people get so artistic with them, painting them, adding pockets for tools.
Yeah.
It's adorable.
Okay, you've convinced me. I'm totally doing that. Maybe my plants will actually survive if I give them a cute tote to live in.
Worth a shot. And for organization, too. Craft supplies, yarn, all that. Instead of having it explode all over the place.
Oh, tell me about it. My craft corner is a disaster zone. So, like, totes for each project.
Yep. You can even label them Instant Portable Craft Studio.
Okay, I'm officially inspired. My whole life is about to get the tote bag treatment. But real quick, the pet carrier thing. Is that actually safe?
It really depends. For a small, calm pet, a sturdy tote with good ventilation could work. Like quick trip to the vet or a walk around the block.
But probably not for, like, taking my Great Dane on vacation.
Probably not the best idea, no. You got to use common sense. If your pet's a jumper or gets stressed easily, a tote's not going to cut in.
Right. Safety first, of course.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of having one ready for, like, emergencies, if you had to grab stuff and go quick.
Totally. You can throw in supplies, even a small pet if you need to. It's like the ultimate be-prepared bag.
So we've got garden totes, craft totes, emergency totes. It's like the possibilities never end. Like you said, a blank canvas.
Exactly. And don't forget about decorating them. Embroidered patches, fabric paint, you name it. I've even seen people turn old t-shirts into tote bags.
That's awesome. Upcycling at its finest. It's kind of wild to think that something so simple can be so, I don't know, multifaceted. We talked history, culture, the environment, even getting creative with them.
It's been a ride. And I think the biggest thing we've learned is a tote bag is way more than just a bag. It says a lot about us, the choices we make, how we see the world.
So true. Next time I grab mine, I'm going to see it in a whole new light. Not just a bag. It's like a little statement.
Totally. Embrace the versatility, have fun with it. The only limit is your imagination, really.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And hey, to everyone listening, we want to hear from you. What are your favorite ways to use tote bags? Share your stories, projects, whatever. Hit us up on social media. Until next time, happy toting, everyone.